Hi, we are in the fourth complete comprehensive example in the chapter Cash Flow Statement. So let's go to example sum 4. Example sum 4. From the following balance sheet of LMF Limited and the additional information, prepare a cash flow statement. To the left of the screen, the balance sheet, and on the right, we have the notes to accounts to the balance sheet. Please go through the balance sheet as well as the notes to accounts. The balance sheet is followed by the additional information. First point, a machine with a book value of rupees 40,000 was sold for rupees 25,000. Second point, depreciation charge during the year was rupees 70,000. 3. Preference shares were redeemed on 31st December 2018 at a premium of 5%. Point 4. An interim dividend at 15% was paid on equity shares on 31st January 2019. Point 5. Dividend at 12% was proposed on preference shares for the year ended 31st March 2019 on rupees 1 lakh, and for the year ended 31st March 2018 on rupees 2 lakh. Point 6. Fresh equity shares were issued at a premium of 10% on 31st March 2019. Let's begin by making a few notes. Now, under current liabilities, we have under C, short-term provisions, provision for tax. So we need to prepare provision for tax account. We'll move on to the additional information. Based on 1 and 2, we need to prepare machinery account. It says in point 3 of additional information, preference shares were redeemed on 31st December 2018 at a premium of 5%. So let's check out the outflow in financing activities for redemption of preference shares. The preference shares are redeemed at 5% premium. Now, against note 1 here, under share capital, it says 12% preference share capital. The opening balance is 2 lakh rupees and the closing balance has come down to 1 lakh rupees. So the face value of debentures redeemed is rupees 1 lakh plus the premium on redemption. 5% on rupees 1 lakh is rupees 5,000. So the total outflow is rupees 1 lakh 5,000. That will come under financing activities as redemption of preference shares at 5% premium. Now please note over here, there is this point under current liabilities 3B, other current liabilities. it shows in the notes to accounts that other current liabilities refers to premium on redemption of preference shares. In the beginning of the year, the amount owing on account of premium was 10,000 rupees. And at the end of the year, it's come down to 5,000 rupees. Now, this is nothing but the premium on redemption of rupees 5,000, which has been paid just now in the additional information what we paid. While doing the cash flow statement, we will not treat this premium on redemption of preference shares coming as other current liabilities. We will not treat it as a current liability and put it as decrease in current liability. The decrease is on account of payment of premium for redemption of rupees 1 lakh face value of preference shares. Let's continue with the next point in the additional information. It says interim dividend of 15% was paid on equity shares on 31st January 2019. So we need to get the amount of the interim dividend. This was paid on 31/01/2019. Now the equity share capital as per point 1 in notes to accounts has an opening balance of 3 lakh rupees and a closing balance of 3,50,000 rupees. Now there's an interim dividend paid at 15% and it's paid on 31st January 2019. But we do not know whether the amount of face value of equity shares was 3 lakh or rupees 3,50,000 at the time of payment of interim dividend. But there is a note here at the end of additional information. It says fresh equity shares were issued at a premium of 10% on 31st March 2019. So we know that at the time of payment of interim dividend, the amount of shares face value was only 3 lakh. The 50,000 was issued at the end of the year, 31st March 2019. So the interim dividend will be calculated as 15% on rupees 3 lakh face value, which comes up to rupees 45,000 is the interim dividend. We'll move on to the fifth point. It says dividend at 12% was proposed on preference shares for the year ended 31st March 2019 on rupees 1 lakh and for the year ended 31st March 2018 on rupees 2 lakh. Now we always need to provide and pay the previous year's dividend, proposed dividend. So we'll provide and pay for the previous year's dividend. It's 12% on the previous year's 31st March 2018 and the amount of face value of preference shares is 2 lakh rupees. So the preference dividend is rupees 24,000. We'll move on to the sixth point. It says fresh equity shares were issued at a premium of 10% on 31st March 2019. We already saw in the note 1 that the face value of equity shares issued has been rupees 50,000. So inflow in financing activities is issue of equity shares at 10% premium is equal to the face value rupees 50,000 plus the premium amount of rupees 5,000, which is the 10%. Total inflow rupees 55,000 rupees. Now please note, in reserves and surplus we have securities premium reserve zero balance at the beginning of the year coming up to 5,000 rupees. This is because of the issue of equity shares at 10% premium. Please do not consider it as transfer to reserve. It is on account of issue of equity shares at premium, rupees 5,000. Now let's check out the other items which we missed out from the balance sheet. Now in non-current liabilities A, we have long-term borrowings as 10% of debentures. So interest paid on debentures is 10. But we don't know, the opening balance is 1 lakh and the closing balance of debentures is 2 lakh. We are not aware of when the debentures were issued. Now in such a case, we need to make an assumption, and it is always the assumption that the debt or issue of shares etc. has been done at the end of the year. So let's write down the assumption. Assumption debentures have been issued at the end of the accounting period. Which in this case is 31st March 2019. So based on that, we understand that the 7th point, interest on debentures, it's 10% on the debentures which were there throughout the year. The 1 lakh issue has been made at the last date of the accounting period. So it's 10% of rupees 1 lakh. The debentures that were there throughout the year, which comes up to rupees 10,000 interest on debentures. Let's move on to check whether any other item has been missed out. We have a 10% investments under the B subdivision in non-current assets. It's increased from 30,000 opening balance to 80,000 closing balance. So there's been a purchase of investments. And again, we are not sure when the purchase was made. So we'll assume that the investments were purchased at the end of the accounting period. Assumption. Investments purchased at the end of the accounting period. So based on that, we have interest received on investments it's 10% on the investments throughout the year. So throughout the year, we had 30,000 worth investments. The purchase was made only at the end of the accounting period. So 10% on rupees 30,000 comes up to interest received rupees 3,000. Now point 4. There is a provision for doubtful debts under trade receivables. In notes to accounts, the opening balance is 10,000 and the closing balance is 15,000. So there's an increase in provision for bad and doubtful debts. And the amount of the increase is rupees 5,000. This is point 9. So we finished the notes. We'll move on to prepare the ledger accounts. Ledger accounts. Provision for tax account. Under current liabilities, subdivision C, short-term provisions, provision for tax, opening balance 24,000 and closing balance is 12,000 rupees. Buy balance brought down 24,000 rupees and to balance carried down is 12,000 rupees. There is no information regarding provision for tax or tax paid. No mention in the additional information about these two. So we'll pay off the opening balance of provision for tax to bank account for the tax paid. The opening balance 24,000 and we'll provide for tax by statement of P&L for the provision for tax. That will be the amount of the closing balance, 12,000 rupees. Balance is with 36,000 rupees. Provision for tax account is done. We'll move on to the machinery account. Machinery account. The fixed asset, under that tangible assets, opening balance 5,10,000 and closing balance 6,20,000 rupees. That is the opening and closing balances of machinery account. So since the balances of accumulated depreciation or provision for depreciation is not given, we know it's the first method. So we'll just open the fixed asset account, or in this case, the machinery account. We'll bring down the balances. To balance brought down 5,10,000 rupees. And the closing balance, buy balance carried down 6,20,000 rupees. We'll move on to the additional information. In point 1, a machine with a book value of rupees 40,000 was sold for 25,000 rupees. So buy bank for sale proceeds 25,000 rupees. There's a loss on sale, buy loss on sale. The book value of 40k minus the sale proceeds of 25k. 15,000 is the loss on sale. As per point 2, depreciation charge during the year was rupees 70,000. So buy depreciation 70,000 rupees. Greater total on the credit side, and the balancing figure will be to bank for purchase of machinery. ₹7,30,000 rupees greater total. 2,20,000 rupees is the purchase of machinery. So we completed the machinery account. We'll go ahead with the solution. Solution. LMF Limited. Cash flow statement. for the year ended 31st March 2019. Particulars: inner column and outer column. Roman number 1, cash flow from operating activities. We'll begin with net profit before tax and extraordinary items. This is as per the first working note. Let's go to the bottom of the cash flow statement and prepare the first working note. Working note 1, calculation of net profit before tax and extraordinary items. Let's begin with the profit for the current year. As per note 2, reserves and surplus. Again, surplus, that is balance in statement of profit and loss. We have an opening balance of 1 lakh and a closing balance of 2,50,000. So for the profit for the current year is rupees 2,50,000 minus the opening balance of rupees 1 lakh comes up to rupees 1,50,000. Let's move on to the other items. Now, as per the notes which we've prepared, in point 4, there's an interim dividend paid of 45,000 rupees. Interim dividend paid, we need to add this to the profit for the current year. Interim dividend paid 45,000 rupees. There's a provision made for preference dividend. And the amount is, as per working note 5, the amount of preference dividend is 12% on rupees 2 lakh, or in other words 24,000 rupees. Let's go to the provision for tax account that we've prepared, the ledger account. The provision for tax for the current year, it's 12,000 rupees. We need to add that also. Provision for tax, 12,000 rupees. So the final answer, net profit before tax and extraordinary items, is 2,31,000 rupees. So let's insert this in the cash flow from operating activities. ₹2,31,000. We'll move on to adjustments for non-cash and non-operating items. Let's begin with the items relating to machinery. We have, under items to be added, depreciation on machinery, As per the machinery account, the depreciation on machinery 70,000 rupees. There is also a loss on sale of machinery. Loss on sale of machinery amount 15,000 rupees. We'll check the notes to see if we've left out any item. There's an interest on debentures in the 7th note. Interest paid on debentures. ₹10,000. Interest received on investments needs to be deducted. There's an increase in provision for bad and doubtful debts of ₹5,000. Increase in provision for bad and doubtful debts. The amount of increase is ₹5,000. We'll check out in the balance sheet whether there is any item. The trade payables will appear in working capital changes. We need to ignore other current liabilities as a premium on redemption of preference shares which has been paid off. There are no intangible assets, so no amortization. So the items to be added are done. The total items to be added is 1 lakh rupees, and on adding we get 3,31,000 rupees. Let's deduct the items to be deducted. Less, we need to deduct interest received. As per the notes that we've prepared, in point 8, interest received on investments is 10% on ₹30,000, coming up to 3,000 rupees. So 3,28,000 rupees is operating profit before working capital changes. Now let's make adjustments for working capital. Adjustments for working capital. We need to add increase in current liabilities and decrease in the current assets. Let's check out the current liabilities first. There is only one current liability, trade payables. The trade payables has increased from 46,000 rupees to 1,33,000 rupees. So trade payables the amount of increase is 87,000 rupees. Other current liabilities we will ignore. It represents premium paid on redemption of preference shares. Inventories has reduced, so we need to add the reduction in inventories. It's reduced from rupees 1 lakh to 90,000, so 10,000 rupees. There's an increase in trade receivables which needs to be deducted. So 97,000 rupees is the total amount to be added. We will add 97,000 rupees to 3,28,000 rupees. So we get 4,25,000 rupees. Let's deduct decrease in current liabilities and increase in the current assets. Now, when dealing with trade receivables, we need to take the figures which is given against sundry debtors in the notes to accounts. We dealt with provision for doubtful debts separately. So when dealing with debtors, we need to take the amount before deduction of provision for doubtful debts. So the opening balance in this case will be 1 lakh opening balance and closing balance 2 lakh. So trade receivables or sundry debtors has increased from 1 lakh to rupees 2 lakh. So we will deduct rupees 1 lakh difference, 3,25,000 rupees. So this is the cash generated from operations. Let's deduct the income tax paid, the provision for tax account is on top, the tax paid 24,000 rupees less tax paid 24,000 rupees, and the final answer 3,01,000 rupees cash from operating activities. Let's move on to Roman number 2. Cash flow from investing activities. We'll finish the entries relating to machinery account. Proceeds from sale of machinery. Inflow 25,000 rupees. Payment made for purchase of machinery. Outflow 2,20,000 rupees. Let's check whether there are any other fixed assets or investments from the balance sheet. There's a 10% investment which has been purchased for rupees 50,000. Payment made for the purchase of investments. Outflow 50,000 rupees. Interest received we've already calculated that it's rupees 3,000 inflow. The items are done. The amount to the outer column minus 2,70,000 rupees plus 28,000 rupees comes up to minus 2,42,000 rupees. Cash used in investing activities. Cash flow from financing activities. We'll refer to the notes that we've made. There's a redemption of preference shares. Total outflow 1,05,000 rupees. As per point 4, there's an interim dividend paid. Rupees 45,000 rupees outflow. We need to pay 12% preference dividend on rupees 2 lakh. Preference dividend paid. Rupees 24,000 outflow. There's an issue of equity shares at premium. Total inflow 55,000 rupees. Interest paid on debentures rupees 10,000 outflow. Let's check out the balance sheet if we've left out any item. Against long-term borrowings, we have issued debentures of rupees 1 lakh face value. Issue of debentures. Inflow 1 lakh. The final amount to be taken to the outer column. ₹1,84,000 minus ₹1,55,000 comes up to minus ₹29,000. Cash used in financing activities. Roman number 4, net increase or decrease in cash and cash equivalents. In the case of operating activities, plus 3,01,000. In the case of investing activities, minus 2,42,000. And in the case of financing activities, it's minus 29,000 rupees. The net increase is 30,000 rupees. Add opening cash and cash equivalents. The amount of opening cash and cash equivalents. In the case of current investments, 8,000 rupees. Plus, in the case of cash and cash equivalents, 42,000 rupees. Comes up to total 50,000 rupees. On adding, we get 80,000 rupees. And this is the closing cash and cash equivalents. $10,000 current investments plus 70,000 cash and cash equivalents at the end of the accounting period. Totally 80,000. So the net increase of 30,000 plus the opening cash and cash equivalents of rupees 50,000 comes to 80,000, and this is equal to the closing cash and cash equivalents. So we know that our cash flow statement has been prepared correctly.